New developments on Benghazi rolling in by the minute, sparking new calls for a select committee to further investigate the attack. So, what is a select committee? Well, pretty much like any other. It has a staff, funding, and the power to subpoena. But it gives Congress a way to centralize investigations. Past examples include Watergate and Iran-Contra committees. The catch, though, it must be approved by either or both bodies of Congress. And in the House, Speaker Boehner has so far been hesitant to appoint one. Meantime, the White House not budging an inch on Benghazi, defending its position that newly surfaced emails appearing to shape the administration's line on the attack actually have nothing to do with it. White House Press Secretary referring questions to the State Department today. Listen to this.
If the email was not about Benghazi, as you said yesterday and say again today, why did the White House turn it over to a conservative group seeking information about Benghazi?
You would have to ask the State Department about how they responded to FOIA requests. I would, again, point you to the fact that, all you have to do is read it, Ed, right?
Tom Fitton is the president of Judicial Watch, the organization that obtained those new documents and emails. Great to have you back, Tom. We should be clear that the only way you obtained those emails and documents is because you sued the government, right?
That's right, and the government was forced to promise to a court to turn them over to us, and we finally got them April 17th or so. And, you know, to hear Jay Carney talk about it like that, the fact is Susan Rice evidently was briefed using that document. And that document that wasn't about Benghazi, the points on it, Susan Rice used to talk about Benghazi. She used all those points that Jay Carney says wasn't about Benghazi and used it to explain the Benghazi attack in a false way, obviously.
Well, obviously this has been their new mode of operation, because for the second day in a row today, Jay Carney went right back to that same defense that so many people thought was jaw-dropping yesterday, right?
Yeah, I think so. And you know, I think it's a legal question now for Jay Carney, the White House, generally the Obama administration. There was a congressional subpoena for which this document would have been responsive to. And now they need to distinguish this document from all the other Benghazi documents. And the way to do that is to pretend it wasn't about Benghazi.
Well, that's very interesting, because we just heard now, it was a breaking news development, that the Speaker of the House, John Boehner, wants to call Secretary Kerry to come and testify to that exact point, why that email was not included in the documents that Congress also subpoenaed. In the meantime, I want you to listen to Nancy Pelosi, because, I don't know, she seems to think Benghazi is a non-story.
Diversion, subterfuge. Benghazi, Benghazi, Benghazi. Why aren't we talking about something else? Whatever was in that, what I know of what I've read in the press about the that those emails were very consistent with what was put out there before. I don't think there's anything new there.
And you say what to that?
Well, she should read the emails as opposed to relying on the press accounts of them, and they can go to judicialwatch.org and read them. The subterfuge, obviously, is coming from the White House, Jay Carney, and for Nancy Pelosi, as a member of Congress, to treat as a non-issue Congress's investigation being thwarted and obstructed is really terrible. You know, the problem here in Washington, if it's your party scandal, you defend it to the hilt. And that's the reason you need groups like Judicial Watch and independent media like Fox News to call it as they see it, no matter the implications for parties. And Nancy Pelosi and honest Democrats need to say to President Obama and the Obama administration, own up, release all the info, and stop messing with us.
So what do you make of the Speaker of the House in that breaking development, calling Secretary of State Kerry to come and testify as to why that email, the Ben Rhodes email that we've been talking about for the last 24 hours, why that was not given to members of Congress when they also subpoenaed it?
Well, I think that's it's a fair area of inquiry, and my response to Speaker Boehner would be, which committee would he go testify to? There are 5 investigative committees, and that's been one of the problems. There needs to be a select committee that can elevate and focus this scandal in a more appropriate way, so that the American people have confidence that it's being examined in a more serious way than to date.
All right. And I know that you're staying on the story. Tom Fitton, it's always great to get your developing thoughts. Thank you.